Hello, people. Today we will be talking about how far could art advice go. So, what is art advice actually is, and what are its limits? Let's go. So, we are all built differently, right? We are from different upbringings, different personalities, right? Though we are all humans, we are all different, right? We work differently. How do we memorize something? How do we truly understand something is different, right? So, art advice is some people who did it, who made it to the destination of art, and they try to describe it and help you on which path they did, right? It might work for you, it might not, but by most it rules out a possibility for you. Okay, so you find out that this path is not for me, or this path is for me, which congratulations, you found it, right? So I've consumed every art advice I could put my paws on, right? So at first I don't understand what they are, so it certainly took me a lot of time to adopt to it. So today I'll help you to understand what they are and what they are not, and hopefully could save some of your time, right? Most precious stuff, time, right? Right. So, uh, if you have heard of the story, right? This is Chinese story that blind people trying to describe an elephant, right? So sometimes when you're listening to art advice, some ideas might contradict each other, right? But I believe everyone, most of the people, right, putting things out is with a righteous heart. So why did they say something that is counter to your belief? So it's actually they're approaching the elephant, which is the arch elephant here, from a different approach, a different angle than you. So the whole big picture, right, is the mysterious art elephant, right? But people who did it, who explored it, could only advise you and tell you that much, right? So uh, you should understand this is what advices are, right? It's people sharing what made it for them. So you shouldn't. At first, I'm surely paranoid, right? I am putting the advices on the pedestal, right? One symptom of this is following the tutorial to the extreme, right? So if for a art painting tutorial or advice, for example, is maybe the creator is painting at 67%. You're like, oh my god, I must be painting at 67%. Well, maybe if you're building a computer, something like a machine's that technical, maybe you need to follow it to the T like this. But at art, it's certainly different, right? So instead of being panicking, is there a word panicking? Never mind. Instead of panicking, uh, you should focus on the question of why 67%. Why this part of the painting should be blurred, right? It should be the opacity is not as high. Why? Maybe it's a mid-tone area. It's not the contrast. It shouldn't have strong values of light and dark. Understanding understanding that, right? Understanding that is far more valuable than memorizing the the technical stuff, right? You need to understand the ideas behind it. So one very useful mindset for me now that I'd like to share is you pick the ones that work for you now, right? While not dismissing the other ones, but just ignore them at the moment. Not reacting to them negatively, right? It might not make sense to you now, but it might, or it never makes sense to you. So just, you are always the king, right? That's what we say here. You are the king, right? What does it mean? You are determining your success in learning art, right? So you need to do the actions, right? These are all the advisors, right? Advisors, right? Some of them might work for you, right? So you pick the ones who would work for you now, right, at the moment, and practice those and do the actions, right? So that's what worked for me. The mindset of you picking the advisors, you pick the stuff that works for you, or parts maybe, not even the whole advice, right? Work for you and focus on those and practice on those which made the most sense for me and worth the most of my time, versus um, putting the advisors on the pedestal, which they shouldn't be, right? You must do this to the T. You must do this to the T. Do the triangle. Do the star, right? You'll be in a lot of trouble, right? You'll be panicking here, right? Oh, what should I do? Maybe dribble the basketball or spin some plates, right? It won't work for you. It will just put you in panic mode and maybe hating the people giving advice to you. Hey, why did they lie to me? Something like that. Because you didn't understand the nature of advices. So at the end of the day, they're just advices. They can't do more than advice, but still they are awesome. So by understanding that, I think you could approach advisors better. It certainly worked for me. So that's it for today. If you would like a written version, click the link below. If not, have a great day. I'll see you later. Bye bye.